hours. I think that is the most impressed I've been with like a part of my business is sorry, can I reset this one? I have no clue. I gotta think about that question.
Really?
From the moment they get there to the moment they leave. One guy was out with us for like 2 weeks straight, just watching his work.
Wow.
This old senile man. He almost caught one of my workers in a fox trap. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he had like fox traps like laid in the ground.
Jeez, and one of your workers just didn't see it because the brush was actually growing over it?
Yeah, so like I think it's like partly buried.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them was like, "What is this?" and started pulling it out. And then they're like, "Oh shit, this is a fox trap. I almost stepped on this."
Alright, so who are you, what is it that you do, and what is your business?
So my name is Dominic. I'm the owner of Masterstroke Painting Services. We paint houses, interior and exterior, and we work mostly during the summer season, so we specialize in exterior homes. One big thing that we work on is like kind of like old homes, so historical homes, stuff like that. Rep the Masterstroke shirt, or is it too much? Honestly, you could rep it, yeah.
Alright, so when did you start Masterstroke Painting Services?
I first started it, it was just more of kind of like a way to get money. It was my parents' friends said they needed the house painting, and I already had painting experience, so I said, why not? I can be the man.
So when did you start the business? And by start the business, I know you were talking about seasons, but when did you actually start doing Master Painting Services versus actually forming the LLC?
Yeah, so I started 3 years ago. Initially, we started the business and it was not an LLC. It was kind of under the table jobs.
When did you start actually bringing people on to work for you? And would you call them employees, people that work for you, or would you call them something else?
When I first had people like quote unquote working for me, it was at the beginning of my first season. I would not really call those employees. They're kind of just more friends that had a little free time to help me with my projects. I employ as many people as I can. There's a lot of people in Grand Rapids who need the job, and I want to be able to give them like a living wage as well as a nice job to work. So for scalability is taking like one singular process and multiplying it out. So my process in the first year was just doing one project with a couple people at most, and we were pretty efficient at it. So as I scale, I'm not bringing 8 employees to one job site. We're keeping it 3 to 4 employees where it's efficient, and we're multiplying it out to 3 or 4 job sites at a time.
All right, so is there anything else that you struggle with your business?
Yeah, a huge thing that I struggle with because of my age is gaining the client's trust at the beginning point of sale. A lot of clients will look at me and they'll say, "Oh, I want the painter with 20 years experience who really knows what they're doing," and they might end up getting a painter who's been painted for 20 years but does a cheap job. So one thing that
have you thought about actually putting gray in your hair? Or?
Yeah, like the touch of gray.
Yeah,
make
just
myself look a little more mature.
Yeah, a little bit of salt and pepper. So when it comes to actually gaining the client's trust at the very beginning, would you have any thoughts on how to share that technicality with clients to actually give them the ease of mind when it comes to actually hiring you over someone that has 20 years experience?
Yeah, I think going through your process is very important, especially as a new business. So however you can do this, if they read something online, that would be easiest, but if you have to say it verbally, that's fine too. You just got to make a little time for it in your sales pitch.
So what are some successes that you're actually seeing in your business today, now that we're actually coming up on your season?
Yeah, so my successes that I found in my business is it's kind of like the historical niche. So that's probably where we get about 90% of our business from.
So everyone keeps hearing about coronavirus. Are you being impacted directly by coronavirus with your business?
Yeah, it's really funny that you say that. There's a lot of businesses out there that are being impacted negatively by the coronavirus. But what the coronavirus has actually done for me, it's canceled school, at least in physical form. we have online classes now at Michigan. So this gives me like a real opportunity to go home a lot more often. And as I said last year, like I got a lot of my sales from cold calling. So I'll be going home this weekend. I'll be doing some cold calling.
You know, we can take a number of takes as well.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what the free flow thought is. Okay, hold on.
There is one thing. That probably is one thing. I just can't think of it.
Well, let's try another free flow thought. All right, so what is the single most important moment that brought you to today when it comes to master stroke painting services?
The single most important moment that brought me to today was when I gained a love for entrepreneurship. And what that means to me is being able to do exactly what you want to do. And this takes me back to my first project where it was a long project. It was about 3 weeks long and it should have taken about a week. And I'm on the final stretch. I have one big wall to paint and I really did not feel like painting at that time. I was exhausted. So I just laid back on the ground. I stuck my feet in the grass and looked up in the sky and I just took a 20-minute nap.
That does sound like something you would do.
Yeah. Yeah, and towards the end of that 20-minute nap, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to work. I want to get this done. And since then, I really have made it like a thing of mine to want to work instead of needing to work. I come into work. I wake up early in the morning, and instead of doing like a 9 to 5, having to clock in and clock out, I want to wake up early and I want to get stuff done and I want to work until pretty late, sometimes until when I go to bed. And it's something that I choose to do. I think that's what makes it really important to me, that I'm choosing to do it rather than having to do it.
So do you have any stories for us?
Yeah, I do have one. So a big thing that I did last year was setting up and cleaning up jobs. Probably not the best use of my time, but hey, I'm the boss. You get shit jobs sometimes.
Set an example.
Exactly. So I was picking up our saw and I had oil-based paint on top just to carry it all in one load. And if you know anything about oil-based paint, almost impossible to get out of anything. So you really don't want to spill this stuff. And anyways, my employees did a pretty whack job of putting the lid, sealing the lid on top. So when I was taking this to my truck, it started spilling onto me. Yeah, and then it started spilling all over the road, basically right in front of 2 of my clients' homes.
Oh no.
Yeah, they were right across from each other. And so basically I'm like, okay, I am screwed. I gotta try and clean this out as quick as possible. I get the hose over, try and get most of it off as as quickly as possible. But this is oil-based paint, so water and oil don't mix, so it kind of just made it worse. So I was like, okay, I'll come in tomorrow morning, get some cleaning products, really try and scrub this out, and that's the best I can do, basically. I'll have to have a talk with my clients, break it to them. So the next morning I come in, I'm gonna try and do the best I can do to get this stain out of the road. And I noticed some construction workers nearby, and there's some cones lined up on the road, and I'm thinking, you know what, this is a bit of a long shot, but I might as well ask. So I asked one of the dudes, like, are you guys repaving this today? Like, what are you guys doing? And sure enough, he's like, yeah, we're redoing this whole road today.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I got off scot-free with that one.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Justin here. Just wanted to let you know that we've got the YouTube channel that's here, but we've also got a Facebook group, which is actually through Justin McAfee Photography. It's actually a subgroup of it. It's called Nomad Mentality. And the reason why I wanted to use Nomad Mentality is because it's also the name of my niche magazine. So if you're interested in either the niche magazine, the photography that I do, or you're interested in Nomad Mentality, go ahead and follow the links. And I'll talk to you guys later.